Hi there, welcome to Monday's Food Hub. Today we'll be making spicy herb infused fried rice. Fried rice is a dish that is eaten by people from all walks of life, and it's a very simple food to make, and it's so healthy. In today's recipe, I'll be using a lot of fresh natural herb spices. This is what makes my fried rice authentic. It's so natural and very delicious. Here is a list of ingredients that we'll be using, but I'll give more details of these ingredients as we go on. So here are the ingredients that I'll be using. Like I always say, these ingredients are based on my preference, and so you can always use any ingredients or any substitutes for this. You can take away some if you don't want to use them. I have my rice here, beef stock, sweet corn which is already cooked, soya sauce in here. You can add oyster sauce if you want, extra virgin olive oil. My veggies here, I have scallions, onion, bell pepper, carrots, fresh oregano, dry bay leaf. Because I don't have a fresh bay leaf, I have my dried rosemary, organic salt here, ground shrimps in place of bouillon or Maggi cube. I have my green peas as well, and then my marinade, because I don't have fresh herbs, but this is made of fresh herbs. The recipe for this marinade is on my channel. It's very good and versatile as well. I have my garlic, cloves here, white pepper in here, ground herrings. So that is the ingredients. Like I always say, I wouldn't use this, but if you don't have fresh herbs, you can always use this. It's a very good substitute for fresh herbs. It's a good seasoning, so you can use that in place of the fresh herbs if you don't have that. So I have my pot on fire, or my saucepan on fire. I'll just turn on the stove and let the saucepan heat up for me to start with the rice. So I'll just clear this space a bit and let my chopping board fit in there properly, and I cut my onions. I'll be cutting the onions into smaller pieces. I'll use that to start with my rice. So my saucepan is heated up. I'll just add in a little oil and then my chopped onions as well, and let the onions caramelize while I wash my rice. It's very necessary to wash your rice, because washing your rice takes off excess starch from it and debris as well. Now when you start washing your rice, you realize that the water isn't so clear. This is because of the starch in it, but as you keep washing, you realize the water becomes clear. So always wash your rice before using. So as we can see, this is what I was talking of. The rice or the water isn't clear at all, and there are a few particles floating on the water as well. So this is an indication that we have debris in the rice and we have extra starch that is in the rice. So we have to make sure we wash our rice until the water is very clear. If the rice is so starchy, we wouldn't have a good result after cooking it, and it's not also good for our health. Starch isn't good for our health, so just be sure to wash it. As you wash, you use your hands or your fingers to more or less massage or wash it very well. Yes, as you can see what I'm doing, so just to help bring out any extra starch that is in the rice, cause you wouldn't see it unless you wash it properly. So always try to wash your rice. Do not assume that you are washing away fragrance or whatever that is in it. Please try to wash your rice. So my onion is caramelized and it's time for me to add in my rice. So I'll just go ahead and add in the rice, and try as much as possible to avoid adding the water that is in the rice. As we can see, this water is clearer than when I started washing it, so at least I've taken out some amount of starch. If not, or you can decide to cook your rice right away without having to add oil and onions and go through this process, but this really works for me. It helps my rice to come out very well without sticking together. So this is the main reason why I do this. But if you think this is too long for you, just cook the rice whichever way that you are comfortable with. So we just give that a stir to mix the rice with the onions, for the onions to infuse into our rice properly. Then I add my beef stock. So we just stir it for some few seconds, just a few seconds. I think this is it, and then all the rice on the sides of the saucepan should be brought in. So I'm just adding in my bay leaves here, and then my rosemary. You can use the quantity that you want. Then my organic salt. Be sure to add moderate amount of salt, because the salt in our soy sauce and the salt in the beef stock that we'll be using, unless you don't have beef stock. So this is my beef stock going in there. Be sure not to throw away your meat stock whenever you steam it, because you can use it for so many things. I'm adding a little water because my beef stock isn't much, so I'll just add in a little water and let it cook. Like I said, you can cook it your way. There's really no problem with that. So this is what I usually do. I'm adding in my soy sauce at this stage because I don't want to wait until I'm doing the main frying then I add it, because adding it to the stage or at that stage the rice is already cooked and you would have to stir, which might alter the rice, as in it might not be whole, some will be broken and all that. So I prefer to add it at this stage, which makes it easier to be stirred and you don't need so much stirring and all that. You still get your rice intact. So I prefer to add my soy sauce at this stage, but you can add it when you are doing the main frying. It depends on you and how you do your things, but this is my way of doing it. So I'll just cover this and let it cook while I cut my veggies. I'll be grating the carrots and the rest of the veggies I'll cut, so you see how I do my veggies. So my veggies are done. This is how I like my carrot, shredded in this way. You can decide to cut it with a knife, that is up to you. And then my scallions have been cut as well. So like I said, cut it whichever way you want to. There's no problem with that. So I'll just check on my rice. This is almost cooked, so I use a clean napkin to cover it to help it cook faster. Checking on my rice to see if it's cooked, but I think it's cooked. Yeah, so my rice is cooked, and this is how I like my rice. It's just the way I like it, and the soy sauce has mixed or combined well with the rice. So I'll just take off my rice from this stove and put on my wok and let the wok heat up. You can use a pan if you want to. Okay, so my wok is heated up. I'll just add in a little oil to grease it up. You can use a skillet pan if you want to, but it's always easy to make fried rice on a wok because of the constant stirring and all that. But if you don't have a wok and you want to use a pan, that's cool. So I'll just reduce my heat and add in my scallions. That's the hard part of the scallions, or the white part of the scallions. This part of the scallion is very hard and it takes a little while to cook as compared to the green part of the scallions, which is so soft. So we just put this in there and give it a little stir for 30 seconds to 60 seconds. So this is what I'll do. I'll just add in my garlic cloves. I'll just grate this into that. Garlic is very good, antibacterial, antiviral, is good for the heart, and it helps in hypertension. It helps to reduce hypertension and so much more. So always be sure to add garlic to your food. And apart from this, garlic adds a great flavor to your food. So like I said, this is a spicy fried rice, so we want to have a feel of every spice in our fried rice. So that is it. You can use a crusher or an earthenware, but whatever that you get to crush your garlic, you can decide to chop it with a knife into smaller pieces and add it up. There's really no problem. So just give that a stir. I think I'll add one more garlic clove to it. I just love garlic, and so I use as much as I can. So this is a quick one here. I'm done with this. I'll just give it a quick stir for everything to mix well. Then I add in the other parts of my scallion. This is really a quick editing, and I've added my fresh oregano in there as well. So this is the green part. I'll just use some, give that a quick stir. I'm not adding my carrot yet because I've shredded it, so it's already soft, so I don't have to add so much. I don't have to add it in the early stage. This is my marinade, which is made of parsley, dill, oregano, paprika, and so much fresh herb spices. This is a spicy fried rice. The recipe for this marinade is on my channel. You can check it out and use it for all your dishes and stuff as well. So this is my white pepper going in there. Just give that a stir to combine it with all these. So as I'm stirring, these veggies are cooking before I add my carrot here. This is my shredded carrot here. So I've combined everything. So the next stage is to add my herrings powder and then ground shrimps. I use this in place of bouillon and stock, Maggi stock, because these are in their natural stage and we are sure that there are no additives. But with the Maggi or bouillon stock, we are not sure of how much additives that are in there, and it even gives it a greater taste. So this is my rice going in there. It smells so good. So I'll be pairing this rice with beef stir fry, which is on my channel. It's also another quick fix and very healthy, nutrient packed as well. So you can go and check out the recipe for the stir fry. You can also eat this fried rice with some chili sauce or any condiment of your choice. So we give that a quick stir, and then I'm taking off my bay leaf. So just give that a quick stir for the veggies to combine. My sweet corn and green peas will come at the latter bit because the sweet corn is already cooked, and like we all know, the green peas too are very soft. I don't like to overcook my stuff, so because they are cooked, I'll just add in those ones at the latter part of my cooking, and then I turn off the heat. So this is my green peas. My corn is in already, so just give that a quick mix to combine it with the rest of the rice and the veggies. So look at that. This is so yummy. The aroma is even great, and like I said, it's a spicy rice, so it tastes, it smells so good. Look at that, our spicy herb. So this is it, so good, and everything is done to perfection. Let me taste. So hot, so spicy and delicious. You can even eat this without so much condiments. My cameraman wants to taste. Look at that. So good. So my fried rice is served with this delicious beef stir fry. The recipe for this stir fry is on my channel. You can check it out and make something yummy. Don't forget to like, comment and share. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.